invaded my mind and my body. But there's one thing I say it always needs.
This world shall know pain.
His come and dance with me in hell, won't you?
What is up, peeps? It is time for another episode of Chibi No Podcast. You got me, David the Smash Fan.
Mister.
Japorian.
Japorian.
So,
Welcome back, Japorian.
yeah, I come back and people leave. What's the heck?
It's just what happens. Like I don't know. It's what happens.
Anyways.
What he wants to do.
Uh,
So anyway, if this is your first time listening to Chibi No Podcast, just a bunch of guys talking about nerdy stuff because that's our lives. And we were gone for about a month, but we're back.
that's people still gone.
Huh?
We're missing some people.
You were still missing some people, but we mainly stopped because you were gone.
You didn't have to do that.
I mean, it's just what happened. But anyway.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's that noise? What's going on, Mr. Mister?
I don't know. People miss it.
Love his chat.
Anyway, we have a lot to talk about. So, let's just dive in because we have tons of stuff.
It's like a whole month of news.
And we're not talking about a whole month. We're talking about the most recent stuff, man.
Okay.
We're not going over the whole
Avenger
month.
reveals, all the cast
what?
members.
We'll talk about CinemaCon. Yeah, CinemaCon.
right.
We'll talk about. But let's dive into one of the biggest things that happened. This was on Wednesday. Tuesday. It was on Tuesday. So on Tuesday we had the big Nintendo Direct that focused on the Switch 2.
They finally revealed it.
They've revealed a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff. So
Really?
yeah, dude, a lot of stuff. So anyway, we want to talk about those dollar stuff, okay? I'll talk about a lot of stuff. So I guess I guess there's tons of stuff we can go over, but I want to ask you guys. So what was like one of the biggest things that you saw that you were like either wow, that was not what I was expecting, or
What are we talking about first off? My bad.
Switch.
the Switch
Nintendo.
numero dos?
So what was I like?
Nintendo
The
Direct.
pros. The pros of the Nintendo.
Or something that got your attention for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there was a lot of stuff.
yeah.
I think. Okay, so from what I was, from my perspective, all I wanted from the Switch 2 was to like another, because I remember they talked about it a while ago that they're showing off that they can do 4K 60 FPS.
Right.
All I cared about was if they can do 1080p 60 on handheld or whatever, 720p on handheld. That's all I cared about. But they went above and beyond, and they're like, okay, well, it's docked 4K 60 in graphic mode, and then performance mode 1080p 120 when it's docked, and then 720 120 when it's handheld. That is like shocked me because I didn't think it was going to do 120 at all. I was like, 120. Wow, that's actually really impressive. So that was cool to see.
Yeah, I agree as well. It was really awesome to see that. I wasn't expecting that either. I was like, and maybe they'll do 4K or something, but
I was not too worried about. I thought 60 FPS 4K was pushing. I was like, yeah, that's kind of whatever. I'll believe it when I see it type of thing.
well, but it makes sense that if it was anything was going to do 4K 60 was going to be Nintendo, in that their games are not graphically like pushing.
They're not demanding.
They're not demanding like the PS5 games or the Xbox games are. So in that sense, I was like, okay, this makes more sense that it's going to be that Nintendo's going to be the one to be like, oh yeah, here's this.
I'll tell you this much. As soon as I saw the guys who were going to talk about the new Switch, that they were young people, I like, oh man, Mr. Mister's going to be so happy because he was complaining about all the old men running Nintendo and like working on.
I know the fucking old people got seppuku'd, so I'm happy. Turn me up a little bit. So I was glad about that. So I feel like they cut through the bullshit. Like, so I was worried about, well, because the presentation they said they announced the day before or 2 days before, it was going to be an hour long. And I was worried about like 40 minutes of that presentation was going to be like, here's how it works. This is how you move the Joy-Con. See the HD Rumble 2.0? oh, it's really crazy. It's like ice.
How did you
can
go?
use the
Wait.
ice.
How did you go from a Japanese to a French accent? What
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
happened here?
Wait. I thought they were gonna waste like 40 minutes. I thought they were gonna waste like 40 minutes of like the performance of the Switch 2. So I was like, okay, this is what it's gonna be. So they were like kind of putting tidbits of the performance here and there, within the games. When they showed Metroid Prime for, excuse me,
Breath of the Wild.
no, Metroid Prime 4 is when they showed the 4K 60 and the 1080 120, and then they showed the upgrades of the games that are running on like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, running smoothly at 4K 60 because. This was the first two. I was surprised with that the stream was a 4K stream because there's no reason to do a 4K stream unless they had games to show off in 4K. So that was impressive in of itself. And then they were showing you how you can do the mouse movements on Metroid as well. So I was really impressed with all of that. So I thought that was pretty neat. So I feel like you're gonna have people be more excited, but also like there's a competitive edge in the sense of like, because obviously when they showed the little snipping reel, they showed Fortnite and like competitive games, like I'm pretty sure we'll get Apex Legends on there. We'll get maybe some version of Marvel Rivals.
What do you think?
See how that runs.
What do you think Marvel Rivals is gonna? I mean, first of all, it's an Unreal Engine 5, which is also a big issue.
It's a very demanding game.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it could be on there, but I mean, I don't know. Does it run on like could it run on the PS4? Do you think?
No.
Then I don't think it's gonna run.
The thing that the PS4 and the Switch 2 that they don't have, that the Switch 2 has that the PS4 didn't have, was DLSS.
True. It does have that.
And on top of that, it has DLSS, and so like the PS5 has FSR 3.0, and so does I think the Xbox Series X. I think they just run at 60. I don't think they run at 120. So if they can at least get Marvel Rivals to run at 60, then they're fine.
Yeah, it's perfect.
They can do it.
So
Definitely do it. I was gonna say I think that surprised me the most was seeing the cow.
the cow. Okay, the cow.
Super Mario. What's it called? World Circuit.
Mario Kart World. That's what it's called. Yeah.
I was gonna say that was called
World Pre, whatever it's called.
No, I think it's just called World.
No,
Mario Kart World. I think that's the entire name.
I've been like seeing lots of memes about the cow for sure.
La vaca. Ooh, la vaca. Moo.
No, I don't know. I think even the games they actually announce the chance that you actually get to upgrade some of your old games into new games as well. That was kind of cool.
it's not free, but
Yeah, of course you have
fine.
to pay for it.
I mean, they've done that before with
As long as it's like a $20 and under. $20. I don't want it to be $20, but the max it should be is $20 to upgrade.
How much were they for PlayStation? Because they did that for
PS4 to PS5 games.
Yeah.
PS5 to PS5 Pro.
It's around that same price.
It's about $20.
$20.
But we'll get onto it with the pricing of Nintendo's bull.
Yeah, we'll go over that in a minute. Did you see the Treehouse live about Mario Kart World? Oh, yeah, Mario Kart, whatever.
I only saw maybe like 2 minutes. I didn't see
what
anything.
do you see?
There are some things
What bothers you? There's something.
I'm curious what they're going to do, because I think one of the things that a lot of players liked in Mario Kart 8 and in other Mario Karts was that you're able to customize like each part, right? Your parachute, your actual whatever it is you're using to drive, whether it's a cart or one of the bikes, and then the wheels. And this one they did away with all that. You just pick basically the car, and it comes with its standard wheels, and they no longer have parachutes. It's now an airplane mode. It looks what it looks like.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know like the pros and cons. I just know some people
say that they got rid of that.
They said yes. That's like right in the beginning. I'll have to find the video. I might put it in the podcast here. But yeah, the guy says we did away with this, so it's more like the standard cart or the bike that you're getting. They did add some cool things. So there's grinding in the game now.
Yeah.
You can use it to get boost, huh?
There's also open world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a version or like a mode where you can explore wherever and take pictures. And I mean, the voice chat part was like, "Hey, let's go off roading here. Where are you? You're lost. Oh, here you are. Okay, let's take a picture." Like I'm like, I don't know what Nintendo thinks, but I don't know that many people. I mean, there are some that would do that.
It's Japan. Japan
Yeah.
would do it.
A Japan thing?
It's,
Yeah.
That's a Japan thing.
But why do they have English Americans doing it? They wouldn't do that.
Because you're watching.
They're showing it for the U.S., but that's
yes.
mainly aimed. You know how Japan is. They like their gimmicky bullshit. That's 100% for them, and like maybe 5 to 10% for everyone here in the U.S. is going to care about that. Other than that, nobody gives a fuck about that.
They better take a group photo.
I'm not taking a group photo.
Let's do it.
Fuck off.
Come on, group photo.
But hey, they actually included a game chat now. You don't have to download the phone application.
I'm glad about that, but if they include Discord, who gives a fuck about the game
That's
chat?
the thing. Is like
No, on top of that, you have to pay for that too.
isn't it included in your membership?
Well, you remember.
Oh, you have a membership, but you have
Yeah.
to pay for that. I'm saying you have to. That C button is a paid button.
That's what it looks like.
No, that's what it's confirmed.
So.
To
Yeah,
chat.
no, yeah, to chat. But again,
It's paid. You have to pay to chat.
don't you need an Xbox Live to chat
No,
with people?
no. Back then you did, but not anymore.
Okay, so there you go.
Or maybe I'm lying. I don't know. I haven't touched Xbox
See.
in ages, but I would assume not.
Hey.
Well, most
the
people.
feature's there though.
But again, if you want to pay for it, it's like $20 a year for the online. So
You still,
For single.
that's not. Anyways,
I mean, it's
anyways,
kind of weird.
And the game sharing.
Talking
thing,
about that-
was fucking ugly. It was terrible.
Your
Your screen share, you're like your Discord screen share.
the 10 frames per
My
second.
lord, that was terrible. Like, at least they're being honest in that part where, like, hey, it's not the best, but you can do it. Like, I think that's more so for, like, if you're playing the same game and it's probably, it'd have to be like a non-demanding game. Let's say, like, they make a.
Dude, there were some people that were playing Super Nintendo games, one of the virtual games consoles, and it was still running like, I think it was a Balloon Guy, and it was still running like at 10 frames per second.
Oh, then I don't know.
Maybe their
they
connection's
probably
bad.
need to. They need to
I
fix
mean,
the
it's
connection.
not a
Or
computer.
patches,
It's not
updates.
meant to do that. I mean, the idea, I guess, is
Xbox is in the computer and the PS5 is in the computer, and they can do it.
that you all share your game screens at the same time. No,
Actually,
that's
you know what?
not.
That's a first, right?
I think Nintendo, that's a
Actually,
first.
Let me take that back. They can patch this. And
I
it'll be
guess they
better.
could. Yeah, I mean, the
'Cause-
hardware should be able to handle
It
it.
should be.
Because what are they
Because now you
streaming
can
it
do that.
at is the question. Because if they're trying to do like, because like going off of references like Discord, you could do 720p, 30 FPS, 15 FPS, 30 FPS, and 60 FPS at 720, 1080, or 1440p. So I don't know if maybe Nintendo's like how they do it. Is it defaulted 1060? 1080 60 or is it 720? Like, can you change the resolution and sharing?
But you can.
Because if you can, it might be better, or updates will fix that too. Because maybe
I
they
don't
had
know.
to show it. Maybe they had to show it for that presentation, even though it wasn't ready. Which lots of companies have done that. So this is like a first for me defending Nintendo. But like lots of companies have done that. Like when the first Apple iPhone was presented, the keyboard didn't work. So they showed the keyboard and it was not working, and then they patched it in when the iPhone came out.
Yeah.
So it could be that they had to show it now, and then when the console drops, it's gonna be better or worse or the same.
No, I
Better
think
or worse, or the-
It'll be improvement for sure.
That's a software, so they can always update it. But it just depends if Nintendo cares enough about it. But they don't.
They did show like the Mario Kart, no, the Mario Party. Even though I hated the Jamboree, the
Update.
Switch 2 update, you can if you have a camera, and again, this have to be the Nintendo one. It can be just any US.
So the camera is
USB
actually kind of cool. They have the the piranha plant.
Yeah, that one's cool.
It can
Yeah,
open its mouth to like show you, and then close its mouth. I was like, that's cool.
yeah, but like you don't have to use. You have other ones. that you
yeah.
can
It's
use.
primarily for people who like to stream and to like show their gameplay.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
I mean, they didn't show all of like what you can do with it. Like, I wonder if there's a stream mode, because like, you saw like where you can share like you want to chat with someone and you share the screen, and it makes your game smaller.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they're gonna have a streamer mode, because they have like a green
They could.
screen mode
Yeah.
where they put your your camera in like a corner, and then you can stream that way.
Yeah.
I mean, if that takes away everything with OBS, you're like, I should have everything here. I just need some way to stream to Twitch, and boom, you're done.
Also, if they're smart, they can do it with two things. So like one of their biggest hits is like the Just Dance games for the Wii and the Switch. They can kind of come back to the original Xbox version where it's the camera where they do the movements instead of using the Joy-Cons.
Oh, the Kinect version?
Yeah, so they could do both, like, both ways, like where you can do with the camera or with the Joy-Cons. I'm pretty sure they'll probably make it just Joy-Con only. For that. Yeah. They'll probably do just Joy-Con only, but if they want to do it, they could do it with the camera as well, so that'd be nice.
It actually opens a lot of opportunities with the game.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they do it, but yeah, let's move on. I think one of the, there are too many. I want to talk about two announcements that I was like actually like completely flabbergasted with. So the first one has to be when they announced the virtual GameCube console. I was like, oh dang it, what are they going to put on here? So they don't have a complete list, and at launch it's only going to have 3. But those 3, holy cow, did they deliver? The first one was Wind Waker, which you saw it, and it does look a lot better than it does on the GameCube. So they did enhance it.
Yeah.
But then Soul Calibur, I was like, oh my gosh. Diego knows this. We played the crap out of the game. We loved Soul Calibur 2. That's one of the best top 10.
And well, that version of Soul Calibur 2 is the best one too, because if people who don't know, Soul Calibur 2 came out on the Xbox, the PlayStation 2, and GameCube. There was 3 different versions. Each had a unique character per the game. So PlayStation 2 had Heihachi from Tekken. Xbox had Spawn for some reason, and then Nintendo had Link. And Link just towers the other 2 people, but like it's not even. It's because
you'd never really get a first party character into a third party game.
Yeah,
like that.
That was kind of crazy. Yeah, I remember that.
So them putting that in there is kind of cool. What were the 3 games? It was Wind
Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero.
F-Zero. Okay. I couldn't remember the third one for some reason. That's the best version of F-Zero 2, F-Zero as well, because that was made by Sega, and Nintendo has never been able to top it, so they never bothered making another one.
Yeah. When they announced it, I was like, oh my gosh! If you watch the some of the reactions, like Maximilian do, like he loves Soul Calibur, and he loves Soul Calibur. He freaked the fudge out.
Yeah, he was excited about that. I was glad. I was happy about that. I was like, let's go.
Soul Calibur made 2. It kind of interesting as well. They were actually previewing all the other games that were going to come from GameCube as well.
Yeah,
no, I don't think not all of them.
No, but they mentioned a couple.
They showed a
couple.
They showed Pokemon. Sunshine. They showed Pokemon Coliseum. They showed
Gale of Darkness.
Gale of Darkness,
which is another one.
They showed Luigi's Mansion. Let me see if I can find the list here.
Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Radiance of the Sun or something.
Yeah, because that game actually, if you were to buy it, it's like for $150 just to buy the game. Now you don't have to. You can just
Wasn't one of those games not released in America? Did they show one of them? Because I know there's tons of GameCube games that never released in America.
I don't know.
I'd have to look. But yeah, so that was freaking cool. So the other one that I was just completely just okay. So I loved Breath of the Wild. I loved Tears of the Kingdom. The fact that they're gonna give an upgrade to it, and I know Paul's like I didn't feel anything, but I do remember, and Mr. can notice this too. Like when you're playing Tears of the Kingdom or you're playing Breath of the Wild, there are parts where it just lags. Like it's so much is going on, and they just
bad.
You're like cut. And so I want to play this. So they showed some of it in the Treehouse Live. So first of all, they showed how fast it loads in. So the way that they time it is like from the time that you actually like transport the loading screen, and then until you're able to move again. And it cuts it like a third of the time. But I do want to preface that with like the first like 3 seconds is like Link, the animation of Link like dematerializing, right, and being transported. That's the same. So I don't really count that. So it's even less time that it's loading. It's like 4 seconds, 3 seconds of loading time. It's not that long, and I was completely like, dang, this is going to be game
so the Switch 2 was 13 seconds, and then the Switch 1 was like 26 seconds. So you're shaving off a whole half the time. Oh, and the extra games on the GameCube was Mario Strikers, Chibi Robo, and
Ooh, I do like Mario Strikers. Mario Strikers
Strikers
was
fun
good, yeah.
yeah. I will say this: I was pleasantly surprised because when I first saw like Mario Strikers, like this sounds like a stupid game.
It's a fun game.
And then one year, at our sister's house for New Year's, one of her friends, her husband brought his GameCube and he brought the game. I'm like, that sounds lame. And dude, it was a blast.
We
Mario
played
Strikers.
actually a lot at Jesse's house. I brought it at Jesse's house a few times.
We never had it.
Coliseum.
Yeah, we did.
Strikers? No, we never did.
We played
was-
it at Jesse's
was
house
Kiavi
then.
who had Strikers.
Oh, yeah. That's what we
what
did.
I'm
And we
saying.
played,
That's what
yeah.
I literally just said about
Yeah,
the
sorry,
story.
my bad.
He brought it, and I was like, wow, this is actually a really cool game. It's actually good. I will say that's a fun game.
There's another surprise was them putting Final Fantasy VII Remake on there. I was like, what the
That's
freak?
the PS4 version, though.
I know it's but come on, you got to admit, like that
For
being
them to
on,
put it in there, yeah, it's impressive.
Still, the fact
it's
that
still
they
gonna
have
look
it.
as good or maybe better than the.
Borderlands 4 being on there is going to be wild because that game is demanding as shit. It's not up to
And that game is not out yet.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're doing some
Civilization.
Civilization
Civ
7
7?
is
Dude.
being imported.
Civ. I remember playing Civ 3 in high school.
Dang.
Cyberpunk.
Oh, that's right. I heard about
Yeah,
that.
and it runs.
Quite smooth.
It's not. It runs at 40 FPS solid,
I
which is
mean,
really
that's-
good. That's really good. Like
That's better
as
than
long as it's
nothing.
not 30. 30 is too choppy for me. 40 is a little bit smoother, and it's just the right amount. So I'm not upset with it. I like that one.
Yeah, that one's good. They announced like tons of other games. WWE 2K, NBA 2K, they put on there as well. There's a new James Bond
I didn't see that.
007. You didn't see that
Oh
one?
yeah, the guys who made the Hitman game, they're making that 007.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Tony Hawk Pro Skaters 3 and 4, the remake or whatever that they're doing with the.
Yeah. So there's this.
The one that came out for the PlayStation
3, PS3, and Xbox.
Aren't they remaking them though?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 are remakes.
5? Already
Yeah.
came out.
No.
Tony
for
Hawk's Pro Skater
PlayStation,
1 and
PlayStation.
2
Oh,
1 and 2 came out, but 3 and 4 are
coming out.
coming out.
Oh, they're gonna.
That one has has a new character. I think I don't know her name, but I think she's a new skateboarder from like nowadays. And then you
Yeah,
also
yeah, I
get
saw that too.
Bikini Bottom as an exclusive like level.
Really?
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Oh, and then people freaked out because they did show in the clip the clip reveals where they showed like the games coming out. Hollow Knight Silk Song is coming out this year, and people who like the Hollow Knight series have been like asking for this game. Like, oh, when are we going to get anything? Like, nothing was shown. So for the Nintendo to even show Hollow Knight Silk Song, and they have a year for 2025, you have 9 more months. No,
Yeah.
8 more months. You know, it's kind of crazy. So for people who are Hollow Knight fans, like, congratulations.
And they ended on two games that highlight, and they also freaked me out. So the first one has to be what's it called? Duskblood?
The Duskblood.
The Duskblood?
The Duskbloods.
The Duskbloods, and it's made from software. Buys from software. That is crazy. First of all, and it's an exclusive to the Switch too. And basically this is they're comparing this to being basically Bloodborne 2.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, Sony didn't want to make or pay to make Bloodborne 2.
Or remake Bloodborne 1.
Remake Bloodborne 1. And so Nintendo's like, hey, we'll take you. And they're like, here you go. You make a new IP.
Yeah. It's cool. You're a vampire. And then, so I guess the main character is a vampire who you play as. This is a PvPvE game.
Yeah,
So-
which is very interesting. This is actually going to be really fun if we all get it and play it. I think it'll be fun. It doesn't come out till 2026, so
There's time.
there's time to get it. So,
Yeah.
the other one,
Well, there was 3 games that showed this, and then they showed the next one.
the next one, this one, I was like, I never guessed that it was going to be a Smash game, but I did see the little star, and I was like, it's Kirby. I was like, what kind of Kirby game is this? Is it a remake? I'm like, is this? I told myself it's not Smash. I know it's not Smash. It's too early. But what is it? So I see him, and I was almost thinking that because you see him getting on the star, and he sees getting close to the star. I'm like, no
Are we gonna
way,
go?
is
Shh.
it?
Are we
And
gonna
you
go?
see it turn the engine, like, oh my gosh, it's Air Riders. Oh, and then Masahiro Sakurai, he's coming back for them. Like, oh, this was a
Yeah,
project.
he's been
He had
working on
talked,
this for a minute.
he had talked about this. There was mention that he was doing a project for Nintendo, but very secret. Now people were thinking Smash, But this is also really good. Air Riders was on the GameCube, I believe, right?
It's been like 25
Yeah, it
years.
was so fun.
It's been like 20 plus years.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say it even has a design for the Smash.
Yeah, they're using Kirby's Smash.
Yeah.
Design. That's kind of cool.
So, that
Kirby
was awesome.
Air Riders.
Air Riders, yeah. But I think the first one was called Air Ride, right? Or Air Ride?
Kirby's Air Ride.
Kirby's Air Ride. Yeah, that was a fun one. If you have never played on the GameCube, I don't know if it'll be on the GameCube, like the virtual console, but if you do,
It might.
you'll do it.
I think so.
It's-
When
it's
does
fun.
this
The
game
game
come
comes
out?
out.
When does this game come out?
I don't think it gave us a release date.
Let me see.
I don't think so.
So director Masahiro Sakurai. What year?
It's this year.
This year.
Okay, so they've only showed the games for the GameCube. Probably that's coming up for the rest of the year. So maybe next year is Air Ride.
Maybe, yeah. What was the last thing then they showed then?
Donkey Kong.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
The spiritual successor to Mario Odyssey.
It looks tight. It looks really good.
They were showing that in the Treehouse Live. Dude, it looks so good.
Yeah.
He's so expressive. It's just so like I know a lot of people like that have never played Donkey Kong, like
The
the
original.
80s and
64 or any of that.
or
stuff?
not even Donkey Kong 64, even before, like they didn't play that. They thought that Donkey Kong looked weird. I'm like, but that's
Yeah,
how he
because of
looked
the-
like.
Yeah,
Like
that was his
design.
OG design.
Yeah.
His eyes are in like that and everything.
And that design is also in the new Mario Kart game as well.
And the Mario movie.
yeah, and the Mario movie as well.
movie.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see how open world. It looks like open world.
It looks like.
But they
It
also
is.
had like parts that looked like the 2D scroller, because they had that part that looked like the first.
They have to.
Yeah,
They have to.
They'll probably like incorporate parts of it, like of the two.
I mean, because in Odyssey, right, what they did was you would have a part where you would go into the wall, and that was like their 2D scroller thing. This one looks like you're still 3D, but you're on a 2D scroller type of area. That's what it looks like. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the rest of the Treehouse Live to tell you exactly what it is.
It looks really nice.
It looks clean.
But like I said, like there's a lot of
This is like Odyssey for sure.
there's a lot of like things that you see, mechanics that is like this wasn't Odyssey. Some of them are unique
Does
to this
come
game.
out this year or next year?
I would assume this year. I think it's coming out July.
Oh, it is. See, I'm torn because I feel like this could be a contender for Game of the Year.
I mean, Nintendo always has great games. Odyssey didn't win Game of the Year when it came out, but it was a contender. It was
It's
really
like,
good.
what are the games that are out right now that can be contenders for Game of the Year?
Rivals.
No.
Rivals came out last year.
At the very end, though. At
Yeah,
the very
if
end.
it cuts off at like
It came out in November, right?
I think
If
it
it's
was-
mid-November,
Oh.
then it makes the cut.
I mean, Rivals could be in there. It could pull like an Overwatch thing, and it's already been way more successful than Overwatch the first year.
Sure.
And their road. We'll talk about the
We'll
roadmap
talk about-
later.
yeah.
So yeah, but
Also, the new Assassin's Creed came out.
yeah. Some blunders though that they did. First of all,
Here we go.
okay. First of all, the price was $450.
Was.
Well, it is $450.
But
And then they said, but if you get the bundle with that comes with Mario Kart, it's going to be 500. So you're like, okay, you say people are thinking, oh, you're going to save like $10. They're like, well, actually, the digital game, if you just got the digital version, is $80. And if you want the physical copy, it's $90. I was about to have, oh my gosh, $90. Like Grand Theft Auto 6 was being priced at $100. And even though I would not buy it, I could understand GTA 6
with how much they give
with what
you,
they do.
they give you a lot for the game. This is a GTA 6 is I will say will be the first, because they said God of War, the first God of War from the PS4 was the first quadruple A game. I would say GTA 6 is going to be the first quintuple A game, in my honest opinion. So that $100 price point for GTA 6 is well worth it. Nintendo's being greedy motherfuckers with that $90 price point. Like, go fuck yourself, man.
And they're moving away from physical selling
there's
physical
a caveat
copies.
to that. So if you're gonna buy like the Bravely Default remaster, that game is 3 gigs. So you get like a key.
Yeah,
You
I
get
think
the
that's
key
stupid.
to download for 3 gigs. But if you're gonna get a bigger game like Cyberpunk, the game's in the cartridge.
Yeah,
That's
I don't like that.
But that's solely because it's production cost. If you're gonna use it that much to do it, whereas it's just a key. Like, so it's kind of like if you're a person
It still doesn't. It's still the. To me, it devalues the whole reason to have a physical copy, because not the entire game. They say the entire game is not even on that disc, on the little
only
cartridge.
If it doesn't fit the criteria of the 64 gigs, then they're gonna put it into. If it's smaller than a certain amount, then they're gonna.
But again, that devalues the point of getting it physical with doing it this way. I don't like it. I think that's a really dumb move.
It just depends on the game you're getting. If you're getting a small game, then yeah. Even though if the price is still going to be, so if like Cyberpunk is still going to be $90, but then your Bravely Default is going to be $90, but Cyberpunk is 64 gigs and Bravely Default's 3 gigs. That's where I have an issue, where it's like, okay, Bravely Default should be a $40 game. Cyberpunk, I don't want it to be a $90 game, but that makes more sense for it to be a $90 game.
I think it depends on the game. I want to believe that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it should be more like that. Like, if Legend of Zelda is a 30 gig game, it's going to have the full game on the cartridge. So you're not downloading it, but you shouldn't. It like the price makes more sense on that. Whereas if, like, say you get, let's say that Ninja Turtles arcade game, remember that came out last year? What if that came out on the Switch too? You could buy the physical cartridge, but it's only like 512 megabits. Like, I'm not paying $90 for that fucking thing. That's like, that should be a $20 thing. So it's the cost. That's what they're doing it for. And I understand to a point. I don't agree with it. I'm saying I understand it doesn't mean I agree with it.
Yeah, I don't get it. And the fact that they're the first company to start, that sounds like that's going to be the standard. The fact that that's going to be a standard to be frankly an inferior competitor to Xbox and PlayStation is horrible, because not only will that affect Xbox and PlayStation, because they're going to be like, oh, well, now they're starting it, we're going to start bumping that up. That also screws us on the PC side, because they're going to be like, well, the whole fact that we also got PCs, because most of it is digital and it's cheaper, but now they're starting to follow suit all the other.
Well, not necessarily. That's not necessary, because console games have always been full price in digital. They've never had sales. They've never had the sales like Steam games have.
No, but even without the sales, like at sometimes they came out a little bit cheaper. Not now, but this used to be like a few years before they started going up to 70.
No, even games that came out, the game digital. If I bought the game digital, it's going to be the same price as the physical. When I was an Xbox person, I always bought my games digital, and I always paid the same amount.
So they just have more discounts then? Because I swear I've never paid.
No, you don't get any discount. Nothing.
Not discount, but
there's no benefits. There's only,
no. So like there are ways to get keys, right? They're like CD keys,
yes,
and they're more available for PC than.
But you don't get as big of a discount if you were to get it from like a third party website than for a PC user. So let's say I wanted to get Monster Hunter Wilds on PlayStation 5. I'm gonna instead of paying $70, I'm gonna pay $65. Whereas if I go on for CD keys for Steam, I'm gonna pay the same amount, but I'm getting the year bundle. The $90 bundle is $65.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm gonna only be paying $65 for the base game. That's the big difference. So you're getting a better deal on PC than
yeah, but I feel like the deals are becoming smaller now.
No, not anymore. No, I think it's going to grow more for PC.
I hope so.
It's going to grow exponentially for PC. This is what I feel bad for console players. Like if you're going to go digital, give them the goddamn discount for digital, because then
Nintendo does, right? It's $80.
Fuck me, dude.
There's a discount.
There's the discount.
And on top of that, Nintendo never does sales on their their freaking physical games and stuff. It's always that base price.
They rarely do, but they have done it before.
They do it.
Yeah, barely.
But yeah, I can say the pricing is going to be a big issue, and not to mention like the whole tariff issue that has come out recently. That's what leads to this. Is if you didn't notice, but they were going to start pre-orders on April 9th. They have stopped that. They delayed it because of the tariffs.
Yep. So part of it's going to be tariffs and part of it's going to be greed, because the tariffs should only be 12 or 10 to.
I mean, the tariff is great.
No, but the tariff should only be 10 to 13% of the price of what it is.
That's still a lot, though.
I know, but I'm not saying like that's valid, but I'm saying if you do the math, it should only be 10 to 13% of what the console is going to cost. So if it goes over that amount, that's going to be Nintendo's greed. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So like with GPUs, like an example, it's GPUs. The 5080 is supposed to be $1,000 graphics card. But then but the tariffs hit, so now the graphics card is $1,600. That it should have been a 13% on that. So what's 13 of 1,000?
13% is 130.
So there should be a $1,200 card. Let's just say, just round up to $1,200, and so they're adding an extra $300, $400 for the card out of corporate greed. That's what it is. So if Nintendo does the same thing, if the Switch 2, let's say, is supposed to be $550, let's say, from the tariffs, and they're selling it for $650, that's them being greedy.
Yeah,
that's just make sure.
I'm getting.
Make sure you do the math on that, and you'll know.
Make sure you do the math on that. None of these people are gonna do the math on this.
I know, but I'm just saying.
No, but I'm gonna say,
is.
regardless, I think people are gonna be paying for stuff like that.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Nintendo.
I don't know.
Nintendo has done. So yeah, I mean, Nintendo's done like they're innovative in one sense, and then they're completely opposite in another. So like for example, the way that they're doing pre-orders, I actually really like. They're like you have to have They put up all these requirements, but it makes sense because the scalpers. You cannot scalp this. You would have to spend so much money on getting these online accounts to make them.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
To scalp it. If you want to get the console itself for you to own and play and have fun with, then it's worth it for you because you know you're going to be investing that money into it. So that's fine. Yeah,
so I get that, but the fact that now you have these tariffs, we have this delay. The date that is going to come out hasn't been delayed, but the pre-orders, and so I don't know if I don't know what they're going to do. They might either increase the price or they might make a less order and less shipment.
This is how you know it's
and
bad.
You know what?
How bad it is because
did you see the Duolingo thing?
No, the Switch 2 has two versions of it in Japan. A Japan only version, which is $320, and then the
normal
the multi region is the price $450.
So the funny thing is, Duolingo was like, hey, if you want to get the Japanese version, how about you learn Japanese? Learn it through Duolingo.
Dude, that was smart.
But Duolingo has its issues. Like I'm trying to learn Japanese, and a lot of people that I follow they say Duolingo is very bad.
It's not.
It's not good. Yeah, so Duolingo needs to get better at it anyway.
But still, it's kind of funny that
they did kill the bird.
She came back. The bird came back.
Oh, resurrected.
Okay.
Yeah. But I gotta
they did the little ritual. Well,
I gotta say it's really smart on their marketing move to start like advertising. Hey, you want to get a cheaper Switch? Go and learn Japanese.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nintendo. I think regardless, people are gonna be like really happy. Not to mention, you get to run Pokemon on like a good
ZA and 60 FPS. And also to add to the pros, I guess, when they were showing off the gameplay of those games and on the Treehouse event, all those were running full on raw power. So like the 4K 60 is the power of the Switch 2. No DLSS was involved in the games. So it's not doing frame generation like, giving you fake frames or not fake, but like it's pushing it to give you more frames so that it works. It's not doing that, which is insane. So it just lets you know how strong the Switch 2 is.
Just at base.
So like good on them, but like fuck's sakes, this shit's expensive. Like I get what you're saying, like people are still gonna buy it because I mean, look, if we would go back in time, the PS3 when the PS3 first launched, there was two versions of it, the 25 gig and the 50 gig model, and that was 500 and the other one was 700, but that's because that was a Blu-ray player and everything else like that. This is the first time Nintendo has gone, in my opinion, their console is way more expensive than it should be. Well, because 64 was $100.
Well,
the GameCube was $250.
They showed that, but they showed that
200.
compared to So they showed that compared to inflation.
Yes.
So then the NES was their most expensive one. Yeah. I think what would you say for the NES was like $500?
$523.
$523. That was the
with
most expensive one with inflation.
or
Yeah.
back then.
No, I think back then it was like 179. But if you account inflation, it's 5. And then I think the N64. There's another one that was more expensive than the Switch.
It was
Or one close to the Switch 2.
the Wii U.
The Wii U, yeah.
No, sorry. N64 was $400 with inflation. SNES was $460 with inflation. So SNES.
Yeah, so the SNES. So compared to inflation, these consoles were more expensive.
Yeah.
When you add inflation.
If you had inflation, yeah.
Yeah, but when you don't.
But that's saying, okay, but $179, Diego, back in the 80s,
That's a lot.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
True.
Like, gas was 90 cents a gallon.
Gas was cheaper than that, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? But if gas right now is $3.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to take that into account. So I actually find it funny because we bought our Nintendo back in 92. I think it was the 92. So dad spent like $500 to get that. Maybe $400 because it was the Super Nintendo was also out too. But just think of that. We actually spent quite a lot of money.
Yeah. So I think this is weird, but I think it kind of justifies with the current situation. Of course, I don't like it, but I mean,
I think it's just you're comparing it to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. They're $500. I can't remember how much
it's around the same price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's around the same price. So I think that's what gets it because those consoles are better than the Switch 2. So to have something almost that price, whereas when the Switch came out and the PS4 and the Xbox, now I can't remember, Xbox One or Xbox X, whichever one One X was out there, the price made more sense because there's like $150 less. So it made more sense. So now it's just they're closing the gap.
Well, at the moment,
yeah.
But you
The
know how
only
the
thing
tariff
that
is
makes
going to affect
the
them,
thing
though.
that makes the Switch the price value is appropriate is because it's a portable on the go handheld that's just as strong as that, like truly just as strong.
And if you compare it to other like Steam Decks that are out there or stuff like that, it's actually pretty.
Computers.
Yeah, handheld computers.
It's a good deal.
It's actually a pretty the good deal, but it's also a pretty powerful.
Yeah,
handheld.
because people can argue where like, oh, the ROG Ally X or the Lenovo Legion Go are better, but the thing is you got to incorporate the things like ease of use, where like the ROG Ally and the Legion Go are running on Windows 11, so you have to know some things of a computer. Some people just aren't computer savvy, whereas the Switch is like, oh, the game crashed, okay, closed.
Restart.
It tells you close game, restart game, it works. Whereas like, let's say the game's not working, you have to do some troubleshooting, you have to clear the cache, you have to run
because you don't have to do like all the other behind scenes.
you have to be the person to figure it out. So
Right.
I can understand that. And then on top of that, since it's running its own its own custom OS, which is the Nintendo Switch OS, it's not taking as many resources, so it's going to run the games better than if it was running on Windows 11 on the ROG Ally, unless you know how to clear extra crap on the ROG Ally so that it runs cleaner for you. But you need to know. So it's more for tech savvy people. So people can argue, oh yeah, well the Steam Deck is $300, so I can do the same thing compared to them. It's like, yeah, but you need to know how to do that. That's the difference.
In comparison, like if I buy a Raspberry Pi, okay, it's a lot cheaper, but you need to learn how to actually make a run.
Yeah. So like my issue, my biggest gripe, I'm okay with the price of the Switch 2 right now before the inflation or the change of price, is just the goddamn price of the freaking games. Because the prices of the games should not be this expensive. Unless they're quadruple A games, I'll be fine. We just barely got comfortable with the $70 price point. People just barely got comfortable. And now they're adding an extra $20. It's fucking absurd, man.
Quintuple.
None of those games are quintuple.
I know.
Donkey Kong's a AAA game.
I guess
Kirby's a
that
AAA
depends on
game.
who you ask.
No, those are AAA games because those were those are AAA games. They're not
Based off what credentials? You said God of War was the first
quadruple.
But what makes it?
Because you're getting gameplay with cinematic, like a cinematic story, like a movie. That's what.
Well,
it-
okay, but the cinematic
but
story is
Nintendo's
the
never
cinematic
had-
story has to go with. Are you talking about like the emotions that are in there, or are you
Yes.
talking
If
about?
you played the new God of War and
If I don't cry,
Ragnarok,
it's not
you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Okay, but the question is
these
if they.
Nintendo games don't have a depth of like these first party Nintendo games, obviously, don't have as much depth as those games that these quadruple games. And I don't know about quintuple because I'm like saying GTA 6 is going to be the first.
He's just going up.
GTA 6 is going to be the first quintuple. I'm just going to say that. But like Nintendo doesn't have those type of things. Like you don't have the depth because Mario's
I get it.
Mario's not going to be talking to you and be like, "Oh no, now we have to go look at myself." Whatever bullshit.
You have to also
Wait.
understand the audience
Oh,
as well, too.
look at
Like the closest one that was a quadruple A was Breath of the Wild. But even then, you want to have the fluidity of the game.
What
to
about
help
now?
it.
If it were to come out now with what it's showing,
It could be.
I mean, there's a lot. There's a reason why they're gonna charge for a big price.
No,
Not to
they're just
mention-
being greedy.
I think I'm with him. They're being greedy.
They're being greedy.
Think about it. They're gonna.
It's a cartridge still.
That's true.
This thing could, yeah.
That
It's
is true. On that, but I feel like I don't think maybe it shouldn't apply to all the games, like very special games that are actually like have a lot of content. I think for that I can see it more understandable. Not to mention that you actually get to run it on 4K for some of the games. If it has less of that, maybe charge a lot less. But
I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what happens.
not to
What-
mention the battery life on the Switch too is a lot.
Oh, dude, the battery
That's
life on
that.
the Switch 2 is what, 2.5 hours to 4 or 5 hours, something like that.
6.
6. That's worse than the Switch, and I don't think that's gonna.
Is it because of all the power to run all the other?
It might be because the dock also has fans,
Dang.
which is something new. It's not just this plastic thing; it has fans on it.
Cool. And
To cool it.
it has a Ethernet port.
Nice.
Well, the new ones, the light,
have
the OLED ones have them now.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't.
Yeah.
Shit.
But anyway, okay.
Cool.
We spent enough time. We spent like 50 minutes on
Yeah,
this almost.
Switch.
We're
Well, you guys are
switching.
happy. You guys are happy now. All your complaints, for the most part, have been delivered. So you guys don't complain anymore.
I am complaining. $90
complain.
games. I did not want
Yeah,
that.
they can fuck off.
Come on. We're
Come
going
on,
into something
shut
good.
up.
No.
Shut up, Paul.
No.
No.
I
Okay.
keep
You know what?
complaining.
Wait,
We're moving. We're
let's
moving. We're
switch.
moving. We're
Let's-
switching. We're
So I'll
switching.
say this: I want to play Legends ZA on the Switch 2. That 60 FPS looks fucking solid, and I'm excited for Legends.
Yeah, I don't
ZA.
want no 2
Alright,
frames per
Jamboree.
second on.
No 30 bullshit. No, what I want to see. Okay, this is the last bit. What I want to see to show how much better this fucking console is compared to the first one is I want to replay Scarlet and Violet and see how well it loads that fucking game because that game fucking ass runs on the Switch one.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
It looks like a Nintendo 64 game with how bad it's optimized.
Yeah. I just
hopefully
want
they do
no.
the-
You know what I want is I want them. They have all this like connection, like voice chat. You can tie with your friends. All I want them is have dedicated servers to your freaking first party games. Smash.
I hope.
Smash!
I hope with what happened with Reggie Fils-Aimé when he was playing Mario Party with
I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to play it.
I know. I hope.
know you
I
mentioned
hope
the
that
story.
bears them enough that some of those leads like seppuku themselves. So like, we are going to do much better. Dedicated first party. Like fuckers, man.
Dang.
Sacre bleu.
Wait,
No, yeah,
real
that's-
quick about, I don't know if they announced this on the trailer or maybe a little before. They announced Legend of Zelda, the movie as well too. Like they release a particular date.
Did,
No, not a date.
no,
It's a
it
year.
was. Yeah, it was a year. It's the 2027.
Okay. But it's coming
So
up.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't know if it's live action or. whatever.
I think it is.
Oh God.
They haven't announced. They only show like a simple.
Yeah, I mean,
I
we'll
haven't
see.
shown anything about it.
Okay, let's move on.
What you got?
CinemaCon. CinemaCon was this past week,
Yeah.
and they showed actually a lot of cool stuff. And it was not just from Marvel, like Universal, Sony. Sony came out swinging because Sony
Swing.
finally
Get that?
said that the date for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. I think it's 2027.
That's.
I think it's like April or May or something like that.
It was supposed to come out last year, wasn't it?
It's supposed to come out like this year. I think originally it was supposed to come out like this year or last year, something like that. It was supposed to come out way So, but anyway, they released 4 images, I believe, of the movie. They said, and they explained why they've taken so long. They said that they're pushing for new ways of animation, and that they have a new team dedicated for that.
Yeah,
Again,
because they fired the old team.
and I mean, I don't know. We'll see what the working conditions are with this, but it looks the images look cool. They have an image of Prowler versus Miles. You have another picture of Gwen finding Miles. They're like on top of a building or something, and another one. I don't think this was released, or maybe because I couldn't find it. But there's one that supposedly shows Spot and what's going on with him. I didn't see either. I think it might have been shown, something like that. But anyway, they've said that that's the reason why they've taken so long. We'll see what happens, but
See, to me, because I only saw the first 2 or 3, not the Spot one. It looks to me that it was just deleted scenes for the movie, for the previous movie.
Yeah.
It didn't show it to be like something new, like something like that.
I mean, but again, it's first of all, like it's just a still. I don't think it's a finished still.
Yeah.
So there's that to consider as well.
Well, you also got to look at it this way too. The voice actors even said they hadn't started recording since the end of the second movie, and then I think what was it? They said they haven't even been notified up until last year. Like last time they talked about it was like what, October. So they haven't done anything for the movie at all for that long.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like as long as they are working to make like the best quality movie, sure. As long as they properly deliver. But the fact that the movie got moved a couple of times already, I don't know. It's just. I mean, I'm conflicted. Part of that, like, oh yeah, okay. As long as they deliver something good, sure. But the fact they move the dates, teases here and there, and before you know it, we still don't have it.
I don't trust them. I'll say that much. I don't trust them.
We'll see. They announced
the new Spider-Man movie, the live action one.
Brand New Day.
Yeah,
but they didn't show anything. That was a few weeks ago. That's like a week ago, I think. It wasn't shown at CinemaCon.
But they mentioned the date. Was it?
Yeah, it's coming out next year, but they didn't show anything in CinemaCon.
Yeah, I don't think we'll show anything.
Oh, they did. They just. I think it was today or yesterday. They said they're looking for an Asian man from the ages 50 to 60.
Oh.
So Mr. Negative.
So yeah, I was thinking that. I think that's a big rumor running around that they're gonna probably hire Mr. Negative as the big bad guy on the movie.
Big bad wolf.
It's a rumor, but the more I think about it, it makes sense because the guy who's directing this movie also directed Shang-Chi, and he is from Asian descent. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wants to bring like some Asian representation for this.
The Asians are nothing.
Pretty much. So it'd be cool. They also cast. What's her name? Sadie
Pink.
Yeah, that lady from Unknown Role.
Stranger Things.
Mostly going to be Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy.
No,
or
Patty
Black Cat.
Parker or something. I guess it's gonna
Penny Parker.
Patty.
Patty Parker. Or
So I don't know who, but it's someone else. But we'll have to see. What is the day's show? Oh, so did you watch the movie Megan?
No, but I don't want to watch it. I know what the full
Megan's actually a pretty interesting
sequel,
movie.
Right?
They announced a sequel. I don't know how I feel about it. It looks like complete garbage because now it's like it's just like a parody now. Like it seems like a parody of Terminator 2 because now there's another robot that was made like with her schematics, and it's a sex robot, and it's killing everyone that made her. And so they need Megan to kill this robot, so they upgrade her body. And now she's doing all this like weird stuff. I'm like, this movie looks so stupid. I might watch it, but it looks so dumb.
I don't think I watch it. This is like the newest version of back in our day we had Child's Play. This is like the new generation.
Yeah, but Child's Play was cool. I like Child's Play was funny. Child's Play, okay, wait, question. Child's Play was scary if you were a kid.
Right.
This one, it's not scary. This one just now looks like it's a parody of itself again. I'll have to show you the I'll have to show you the trailer because it looks bad, in my opinion.
Okay. What else announced for Sony?
I don't remember. We can move on to another one.
Well, I know I don't remember the whole movie companies, but I know they mentioned the new Naked Gun
with Liam Neeson,
which I gotta say,
it's a sequel remake.
I guess it's a sequel reboot.
Reboot, that's the word.
It's a sequel reboot because, and I think it was funny. So, all of the characters that have died, they have all of the characters like kind of kneeling and like
They're the sons of him. Like
Yeah,
Liam
and then
Neeson's
you-
character is Leslie Nelson's son.
Yeah.
And then the other
like the
cop
chief,
is that
yeah.
guy, and then
you have O.J.
Yeah.
Simpson.
O.J. Simpson, but the black.
The
cop
guy's
is
like, no. I thought that was actually pretty funny.
I gotta say, when I first watched the trailer, I was like, "This is weird." With Liam Neeson, I don't see that. But
that works
after
because it
watching
could
it
be.
for a while, like, okay, I actually got excited to watch this movie.
Have you never watched Ted?
No, I have never watched that.
Never.
No.
So in Ted, there's a part where Liam Neeson does a cameo.
Uh-huh.
He basically does a cameo of like his character in Taken because he goes in there and he buys tricks, and he's like, "I was told that this is for kids." Like, yeah, tricks are for kids. Am I allowed to purchase? He's like, yeah, you can purchase that, and no one's gonna follow me. No, I don't think so. And it was just it was he did it so dry, but it was actually pretty funny. It's like he's good at that type of humor. I don't know how he's gonna be in this slapstick because that Naked Gun is slapstick.
Yeah,
But from what I saw, it looks promising.
yeah. Isn't it said the guy who directed Family Guy also in charge of directing this, like the producer?
No,
Seth MacFarlane? I don't
know.
think so. I don't think he is.
I saw Seth. I don't know if it was him or Seth Rogen. I don't remember now.
Seth
but-
MacFarlane is the director. He's the creator of Family Guy.
No, but I think one of them is actually helping produce this movie, the new Naked Gun.
Oh, he's I don't know.
I don't know. Like I wasn't quite
Interesting, huh?
Huh. But yes, what else did they mention there? Avatar?
Avatar. They
I
did
could care
mention.
less.
So if you don't know, but Val Kilmer passed away earlier this week, and Tom Cruise was there at CinemaCon to promote the final Mission Impossible movie, and he does mention Val Kilmer in it. So they showed that. I've never been a big fan of the Mission Impossible. I've only ever seen 2 of them. I don't even know what happened. I can't even remember what happened in the second one or the first one. But this is the final one that they're
This is
doing.
supposed to be part 2 of the last movie. Because the first
one was called The Reckoning. This is called The Final Reckoning.
Yeah, but initially it was supposed to be part 1 and part 2.
Uh-huh.
And in the latest movie, they were fighting AI technology, which they left in the cliffhanger, and they're supposed to be the second part of it. So I did watch the movie. That was
Okay.
It was all right. Cool. They also announced Karate Kid's Legends.
The Karate Kid Legend, yes.
Yeah, that
So
was actually
it came
good.
out on April Fool's, and when I used someone with no who I can't remember who posted, I was like, "This is gonna be fake." There's no way. I think it was Miles, and Miles was like, "This looks good." I'm like, "No way, Miles is trolling me. This is not real." And I clicked. I was like, "Oh shoot, this is actually," because I forgot that CinemaCon was happening at that time. So I saw it, and dude, I'm hyped for that movie.
Yeah, it's coming out this year too, right?
Yeah, this year. It says coming soon.
Okay. But yeah, it has Ralph
Macchio.
and Jackie Chan, and they're training a new kid. And it also has, what's her name? Mina Wang. She was Mulan, the voice actress from Mulan, and also in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and other shows, but she's a pretty good actress. Oh, she was Chun-Li in the original Street Fighter live action movie.
If you didn't watch it, that's fine. You don't have to watch it.
It was
not that
alright.
good. No, it's not. It's
alright.
not all right.
It
It
was
is
alright.
horrible.
It's better than the Mario Brothers movie at the time.
That's not really
Yeah,
hard.
okay, that's not hard to do. I can make a movie better than the Mario Brothers movie, and I have no film or acting experience whatsoever, and I can make a better movie.
Regardless, excited for that. Oh, did they announce a Street Fighter live action movie?
No.
I think I saw a poster telling me something about it.
I think it's just talks.
Or
I don't
maybe
know if
that
that's
was
in there. I know they're going to release Mortal Kombat 2.
Right. But I gotta say, I think it's about time that they actually bring a new Street Fighter live action movie. Reboot the whole thing. I think
They
it could.
could.
I would like to see it, honestly speaking, because I was thinking about it this is a good franchise that they can actually include and make it cool. Make the games
Well,
cool again.
Yeah.
Anything else for CinemaCon?
Well, I mean, talking about Disney, they showed an extended clip of Superman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know why he got hurt. I talked with Jose about this. We went to dinner with him, and he was thinking that it might have to be either kryptonite or it was magic that hurt him.
Ooh, magic.
Well, those are the only things.
Those are the only things that can really hurt him. Like anything else doesn't hurt him. He did say that the clip kind of made him worry a little bit because it seemed like a little bit more on like the Guardian side, like this the clip with Crypto, like him playing with him.
I saw that.
So he says like I don't know the context of it. I don't know what they're gonna do, but it made him think that this might possibly be a less serious Superman, and he's not for that.
I can see that.
As long as Taika Waititi's not in this fucking film, we'll be okay. Hate that.
He makes a cameo.
He comes as the what's his name? What's the Rock's guy's name?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Ball sack man.
Oh, dang.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that trailer. I'm like, oh, interesting. I do like the guy who's playing Lex Luthor. What's his name? Something Hulk.
You mean Beast?
Yeah, Beast.
Yeah, Beast.
He's a great actor. I do hope that he actually gets a good part.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good. Let's move on to Marvel. Disney, I guess.
Coco 2?
They didn't show Coco 2.
Coco 2 Back in Black.
They showed Freakier Friday. They showed a trailer of it a few weeks ago, but then they came on to talk a little bit more and show an extended clip. Don't know what it was. They showed a new movie for
Lilo and Stitch.
They talked about Lilo and Stitch. They talked about more about Fantastic Four. So they did confirm that Sue is pregnant. She's pregnant with their kid.
Spoilers.
They said it. It's not me.
Also,
they said it.
Everybody
also
has seen
confirmed-
CinemaCon.
I didn't see it either. I just read it.
Got spoiled.
They also spoiler. They also said that this isn't the main universe, so because there's no superheroes in this universe.
Yeah,
so they're gonna be the first superheroes in that universe.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
People.
You got spoilers.
We're gonna get a lot of complaints right here.
Fuck you. I'm just kidding.
Our viewer counts.
They also showed the Silver Surfer on there.
Female Silver Surfer.
Yeah, the female one. I forget her name, but it's not the original one. But it's one of the versions that is in the comics. But they showed another like back a shot of the back of Galactus again, and Kevin Feige did confirm that not all of the cast members have been revealed for Doomsday. He did say though that this is basically going to be the X-Men, the Avengers, Thunderbolts, and then some other group fighting against Doctor Doom.
Damn.
So I don't know exactly what this is. I mean, when I hear
they
that,
also said that while this is happening, Spider-Man's movie's happening at the same time, so that's why Spider-Man's not going to make any cameo.
Yeah, he was not announced for the cast.
No, they said that while Doctor Doom thing is happening, Spider-Man's doing his own thing at the same time. So while that film is happening, like in the obviously in the world of the film, Spider-Man's doing whatever he's doing in Brand New Day is happening at the same time.
Right. That's why.
So that's why he's not going to cameo.
He wasn't cast in the Doomsday movie.
Yeah. So there you go.
So that makes sense.
yeah. So
Although they still haven't finished announcing all the cast for the.
yeah. So we'll see who
Doomsday.
else.
Effing people, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, man.
Let me see
Lots
what.
of them.
Avatar: Fire and Ash. They showed some footage of that. It's coming out this year. Mr. Mr. is super excited for that.
Favorite movie.
They did talk about. Oh, they showed I think a clip or they showed a picture or whatever of Zootopia 2, where Judy and what's the fox's name?
I don't know.
They're going.
It's Jason Bateman. That's all I
they're
remember.
going to therapy. So they're going to partner therapy because they're cops. I guess something happened in that. So that's what's going on there.
They go to partner therapy. They're cop. Maybe they get together.
No, they specifically said like it was for like the cop thing. That's why. And then they showed a
Nick,
picture.
that's his name.
Nick. And then they showed a picture of the new Predator film coming out.
Badlands.
Predator Badlands. It's coming out November 7th, I think. November 7th. And the story of that is a young predator has been dishonored, so he's been abandoned in a planet, and he has to do something to survive. So I think he can get his honor back, one of the two, something like that. And things are happening while he's there. So yeah, so that's cool. I'm excited to see that. That's what I'm mainly excited for.
Yeah, they showed Tron. They showed some new things for Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is actually looking more and more like a really solid movie.
I'm excited to watch the movie.
They showed some new stuff for their new animated movie. Is it called Elio? Yeah, Elio. So yeah, I mean, it's not really anything new that they shared. The only really new stuff was what Kevin Feige said about Doomsday, but that's pretty much it.
I see. They also announced Predator, right?
Yes, he just said that.
Okay.
Badlands.
Okay.
So
John Wick. They announced John Wick. It's coming back.
yeah, I don't care.
I don't know how, but he's coming back.
It really makes no sense.
I thought they're spin-offs because they announced
There's a
3
spin-off.
projects.
There's Ballerina. There is a spin-off of the character on the 4 movie. I don't remember his name, the blind guy. There's also going to be an animated prequel, which talks about what happened to John Wick initially. Why did he left?
Was it an anime?
I heard it's going to be like animated.
Yeah, animated. Yeah,
And then, of course, John Wick 5, which I don't know what's it about, but I'm excited.
maybe we'll see. Okay,
Yeah.
final topic for tonight. Rivals season 2 came out with more thick girls than ever in the form of Vanguard Emma Frost.
I'm excited for the game.
Dude, she's thick.
Good gameplay. She looks
Mr.
amazing.
Come in. She's thick as.
Yeah.
You saw it. Look. See.
I know.
Look at her.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see her alternate costume? It would make Stellar Blade blush.
Stellar Blade. She wishes she was like Stellar Blade.
Yeah, but I gotta say, like, I see some of the gameplay for Emma Frost. Man, she's a powerful character. I really want to play with her.
You know what's kind of crazy? How none of y'all fucking give respect to Ultron was shown in this bitch too, and y'all don't give
we're
his
getting there. We're getting
motherfucker
there.
any respect.
Will you listen?
All I see
Will you
is
listen?
Emma Frost.
Will you listen?
No, all I've
Will you
seen-
listen?
All
Will
I've
you
seen-
listen?
All
Will
I've
you
seen
listen?
has been Emma
Will you
Frost.
listen?
Everybody.
Will you listen?
Online.
Will you
Twitter,
listen?
You guys are
Will you
just.
listen?
You guys are just fucking.
Will you listen?
Thirsty motherfuckers.
Will you listen?
'Cause she has thigh
Will you
jiggle.
listen?
She shows her
Will you listen?
midriff, and
Will you
she just
listen?
mommy
Will
dummy
you
like
listen?
experience.
Will you
And
listen?
then my boy Ultron's
Will you
just
listen?
sitting in the back like. There's no strings on me now.
Will you
and
listen?
then you guys are like, "Fuck you, Ultron."
Will you
It just
listen?
makes me sad.
Will you listen?
So sad.
Will you listen? They showed nothing about Ultron except for that trailer. He's not coming out till the middle of the season, and we don't know anything about him.
You know what? They showed Ultron. And you know what? If he had the,
If he had the blah, 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 blah,
a
blah.
little clip of him.
just you guys just are horny for the thighs and the tits, and my boy Ultron's just sitting there with no strings.
Because he
Little
hasn't,
boy.
I haven't seen a lot of him.
Anyway, so the point is, Emma Frost is freaking strong as fudge.
Dog,
But
your mama
they also
material.
changed. They changed
The
a
team-ups.
lot of the team ups. A lot of people got buffed. A lot of people got nerfed. Some people got a nerf and a buff. It's actually going to be, and then the resetting. So everyone who was playing comp, you're going to be knocked down 9 levels, and that's where you're going to start season 2.
9 levels?
Yeah, so you're back to bronze, boo.
What about you?
I'm down to silver through 1, I think.
So I'll be
you're
at
going back to the
platinum.
beginning.
Good.
So you're gonna be at bronze
Platinum.
3.
I'll be a platinum.
How about you start helping our boys? They need your help.
Well, once the season starts, I'll come by.
Okay.
That's April 19th.
I will-
or 11th.
I will
April
bless-
11th.
April 11th.
April
I
11th.
will bless
Next
you
week.
with my powers.
Next week.
I'll get you all to platinum.
You need host.
I'll
No, you
get
gotta get him to
I'll
diamond.
get you
I'm in
the-
diamond.
I'll get you the diamond. What's above diamond?
Platinum.
Grandmaster, and then it's celestial.
Okay, I'll get you the GMs.
The first game you ever go to GM.
I was in GMs.
In what game? Exactly.
games.
There's so good.
There was no ranking at the
There's
time.
no ranking at the
But
time.
Gears of
Gears of
War,
You were not in GM.
I was really good in Gears of War.
I know you were good at Gears of War, but you did not grind
I did.
like that.
I was just too good.
All right.
No.
Time to prove it. Once in
Yeah,
That
we'll
was
see
a
it.
lifetime ago, but I'll try.
But yeah, I gotta say, I really enjoyed the trailer because they released a trailer for the new season. It's the Hellfire Club. They mentioned a lot of cool skins for most of your characters. Wolverine has his tuxedo Wolverine outfit, the one that you actually see in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
There's also the X-Men, Magic, and Psylocke get
Oh, I
their
saw
X-Men
that.
outfit.
Yeah, they get their X-Men outfit. This looks sick.
amazing.
I swear in the trailer I heard the little dun 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 dun. I thought I heard that. Maybe I was wrong, but I thought I heard it in the trailer.
What else? They mentioned Captain America, Hulk, Iron Fist.
Stop saying Shang-Chi. He's not
I got myself.
Shang-Chi.
He actually gets a cool Shang-Chi. Iron
It's
Fist,
not Shang-Chi.
He gets an Iron Fist.
Stop it.
Comic book accurate Iron Fist outfit. So like, that will help differentiate. What else? Spider-Man gets a new skin, which
Yeah.
looks fire. I'm really
He
excited
doesn't
for that.
need one, but okay, yeah.
Luna Snow gets a one outfit as well too. I'm excited for
They
that.
also announced that the skins that you do have that you've bought, you can switch out colors
For the new season.
for the new season. Yeah.
I'm excited for that because I do want to get some of that.
I have my Luna Snow, the 2099 or whatever it's called.
Oh, you got that one?
Yeah, I got that one because I got enough points. I want to change the colors.
Oh, so you actually bought that happened like probably hours
This happened?
ago?
No, this happened like a few months ago.
Oh, I thought you
Because when I was grinding, the game, I would complete the battle pass, and I just kept getting renewing it, getting to 1,000 points,
Yeah.
and I get money. That's how I bought them. Right now, I'm up to 1,900 again.
Yeah,
because of that, because I play so much.
Yeah.
Nice.
Probably a safe
We
shop.
need you.
When you put look.
When you put God, is that what you're gonna
I
say?
am a generous God.
Oh my gosh!
I will. When I am called upon, I will be there.
No, you did. We called upon you before. You were not coming.
Are you ringing for Gondor? I'm Gondor. I'm coming, baby.
You're Gondor. Gondor is a place.
I am the place. I am the thing. I am what you.
Gondor's what?
The thing is already there.
Telling you the right notes.
They also mentioned a show a new map that I'm trying to remember what
Krakoa?
Yeah, but it's cool because you actually see Professor X, how he may look like once they bring him to the game.
I thought it looked like he looked like Cyclops, like when Cyclops kills Professor X in the comics. Now he has the visor that's kind of X.
But okay.
Shut up.
He looks like Judge Dredd.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, Cyclops is in the game, huh? That's weird.
He's not.
They're not minding it. People say that he probably will be eventually. The same with Phoenix. But the fact that we're getting Emma Frost and also Ultron, and who knows, there actually may be other characters that they haven't announced yet.
Jubilee.
They should.
Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's gonna be cool.
Nightcrawler will be cool. I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, and then I heard that they're planning on releasing a new character every month for the foreseeable future.
Yep. Starting season 3.
Yep.
Okay, they have plenty of time to. That's good.
So Blizzard. They're completely outdoing you in everything in Overwatch. Stop it.
Blizzard,
Go fill them.
you
Fill
fucking
them.
suck.
Overwatch is
Blizzard,
done.
just retire from Overwatch, dude. Just throw all. Just do a merger with Marvel Rivals. Throw all your shit into Marvel Rivals. Make it good, and just make that thing, and that's it.
Just focus on Hearthstone. There you go. That's your moneymaker.
Yeah, Overwatch is dead.
Oh, I do. Blizzard's dead with all their other games. The only thing that makes money for them is World of Warcraft
StarCraft 2.
and StarCraft. No, that's Korea
yeah.
though. That's South Korea. That's it. That's like they're like, hey, let's go out and get a good lunch. That's StarCraft 2 for them.
There you go. That's
The
what it
Korean
is.
money is gonna give us
The Korean money's getting them.
Let's go to Benihana's. Okay, did the StarCraft 2 money kick in?
Benihana's? You said this is Korea. Why are they going to
Office
Benihana's?
Because
Time to get
Blizzard's
there.
in America, in California, so they want to go to Benihana's. They're just waiting for that StarCraft 2 money to kick in from Korea. And they'll be like, okay, there we go. Let's go to Benihana's, guys. It's
But
on Korea.
I do gotta say, Marvel Rivals have been dropping them really cool skins.
Yeah.
They are doing a good job with all the skins that you actually want to get some of them for sure. You can get Venom to twerk.
I saw that.
That's
I got that. I got that one.
Okay, well,
I
yeah.
saw
I know,
people-
do I have it?
saw
Yeah, I do got
Venom's-
it.
I saw Venom's twerking off towards each other when they were fighting, and whoever survived. Good on them.
Yeah. So they're definitely delivering a lot. Hopefully they do more good stuff in the future. What's happening in Rivals? I think that's about it.
That's pretty much it. The reset in
Next week?
comp is going to be next week. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah. So join us.
I'll do what I can.
Anyway, so
God's busy. You gotta make time.
before we do our exits,
Oh.
I knew you were going to bring up something. So
Of
bring up
course.
something really quickly. We're not going to go.
Watch The Old May Cry. It just dropped today. The animated series.
Oh yeah, I did.
It has 8 episodes. And dude, you should listen to the soundtrack. It's all your classics. You have Limp Bizkit, Evanescence. I'm trying to remember
The fudge.
Yeah,
it's like early 2000s. Like
The opening
metal.
itself is Limp Bizkit as the opening.
Which
Yeah,
one?
I can't remember.
Rolling.
Oh yeah.
No way.
It
That's
is.
the opening.
It is.
That's crazy,
And it
man.
looks good. Like I only watched the first episode. This is like first episode impressions. I think they're doing a good job. They delivered. There's a lot of Easter eggs in there. They're like, oh man.
I'll say this: it's very divisive between the hardcores
Why?
because the hardcores don't want Johnny Young Bosch playing Dante
Oh, James Smash, of course.
because he's Nero. I understand it.
I get it, but this is the anime. This isn't the game.
I'm just telling you what people. The
American animation. No, but I gotta say,
American animation. That's not
okay,
the
I got
point.
this match.
And
Look,
American animation
look.
made in Korea.
Maybe. Oh, but I gotta
A
say,
lot of animes also made in Korea too.
okay.
No, I'm joking.
No, but I gotta say, I really like Devil May Cry. I grew up playing Devil May Cry a lot. I will consider myself.
I did 3 and 4,
Yeah.
and then I have 5 and never beat. I got to.
They're great. I even played the DMC game. The
emo version.
The emo version.
Oh.
But anyway, regardless, I don't care. I watch it originally, which it's the English voiceover version as well. I think it's fine. I don't need to complain.
Yeah. If you-
Yeah, let Johnny About you do what the fudge he wants. Let him do whatever the heck he wants.
Just telling you what
Yeah,
people are
so-
saying. That's it.
I don't know how it's gonna end, but so far the first episode was really, yeah.
What story is it starting like from the first Devil May Cry, or is it? Because all the Devil May Cries are their continuation, well, except for DMC, their continuation of these stories in some way, shape, or form. So in this one, like, or is it something where if no one's ever played the game, they're like, you don't have to know because they're gonna explain, and it's a new continuity.
I would probably say it's something that it's good for people that really liked Devil May Cry, and also introducing like this whole story for a new audience.
Okay.
So if you actually care about Devil May Cry, you'll see a couple of references here and there. But at the same time, it's telling an individual story with a different. I don't remember the character. The bad guy was actually in the game, but regardless, I think it's telling like some elements of the story that are essential for Devil May Cry fans. So, yeah, watch that.
Just keep rolling.
Yeah, we'll watch the opening. So you can see it.
Okay. Sounds good. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. Remember, you can watch this episode first on YouTube, and then you can, if you want to listen to it, it'll be 2 weeks later on Podomatic and all of your Google and all your podcast platforms. Remember, you can follow us on all of our social medias. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Chimino Podcast, capital C, capital N, capital P. Oh, it's been so long since I've done it. I'm losing my touch. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We will see you next time. This is David the Smash Fan.
Mister.
Deported.
And this is Chimino Podcast. We'll see you guys later. Peace.